And welcome on back, everyone, and Happy New Year to Streaming with the Mouse. This is episode 142. We're going to be talking about 2023 and what we're looking forward to. So get ready, and you're listening to Streaming with the Mouse. And welcome on back, everyone, to episode 142 of Streaming with the Mouse. Today is New Year's, not actually. It's actually January 7th when it's released. But we are going to be breaking down the top 5 things we're looking forward to in this new year. My name is Clifton Paul Robinson, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, my assistant co-pilot. My tentative co-pilot for the moment, Megan. Megan, how are you doing today?
I'm good. For those watching on YouTube, my cat is in my lap for some reason, staring at me.
I just locked the cat out.
Honestly, fair. He's gonna eventually at one point try to hit my glasses off my face. So just prepare everyone to hear that.
There we go. And welcome back from the holiday breaks as we get the first swing of the day. But as always, it's our top 5s. I'm not going to do news today because this is kind of a news episode. We are doing the news of the year. And again, Happy New Year to everyone. So as always, our top 5. I have the honorable mention today. Do you have one? Oh, going for the uppercut. Do you have an honorable mention? Because that's what we're going to start with.
I do not.
Oh, you do not.
I'm different.
No, you don't have to pick one for it. But and it might be in your top 5. But starting off with my honorable mention is Secret Invasion.
That's your honorable mention?
I have such a good list going. You were going to be. It is above all. We'll talk about it. I'll just mention my honorable mention. I'll let you have the floor for it because it's in your top 5. But I'm excited for that one. But starting off, your number 5.
My number 5 is Ironheart.
Mine too.
I knew it was going to be.
Yes, I have Ironheart over Secret Invasion. I don't know why. I think I am kind of in the Marvel lull.
I also think after Wakanda Forever, specifically for Ironheart, I think it kind of just made me really excited for that show. That's why I picked it.
Mine too. I think there's a lot of fun aspects about this. I hope they deviate from her looking like a Power Ranger for sure from Wakanda Forever. Because let's be honest, she looked like the Red Power Ranger. Her armor looked like the Red Power Ranger.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
She didn't. You watch the Power Rangers movie too.
Not the Power Rangers. You have to watch old school Power Rangers. Those are the best.
That's what I was watching. The original movie thing with the guy who recently died.
R.I.P. Tommy Lee Jones. That's the wrong guy. Tommy something.
Tommy is the white one who's yeah. But I watched it. I remember it did not look like that. You're insane.
She kind of looked like a Power Ranger, but I digress. We can come to the impasse. I just think there's so much fun. I am also biased. I like that it's filmed and set in Boston. I think that's fun. So we're gonna get MIT. We're gonna get her school and kind of what's next for her. I have a feeling we're gonna get something with Vibranium. They said who the villains are going to be. I don't remember, but overall, I'm looking forward to this. She was a great addition to Wakanda Forever, and very easy to integrate into her own show. Yeah. Do we have the same number 4?
I don't know. It's your number 4.
My number. Well, yeah, because we have the same number 5, so I got to go first. My number 4 is Doctor Who. You didn't even put it there.
Oh my god! I have to change my
fake fan.
Forgot. In my defense, I've been a Doctor Who fan for a very, very long time, so I forget that it's moving. Right?
Yes. So we.
I was cursed, but I caught myself. Okay.
We have at my number 4 is Doctor Who, and as the so-called fan tries to see where she can insert it.
Yeah, taking off Secret Invasions.
Oh wow!
Doctor Who is getting there.
Well, technically everything gets pushed down, so Ironheart was your.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm excited. Then Secret Invasion is going to be cool. I'm excited to see Nick Fury.
Well, we're going to still talk. No, just push everything down. It's fine. It's fine. Just leave your list the same. You can talk about Doctor Who with it, but I am very excited. I have not finished Doctor Who. That is what I say. I am a little over halfway through Matt Smith's first season in Doctor Who, but I think it's a very clever show altogether. It's different. It's well, it's British. It, they really be if you're on BBC, you kind of get a lot more leeway for certain things that you don't get in America. Um, and Disney, it does have right to change. I do not picture Disney inserting themselves, at least in the first season. I don't picture them because I don't think they want it to go poorly, as we have seen with Netflix The Witcher, as we've seen with Rings of Power on Amazon Prime. There is all these things where when the studio gets involved, it goes poorly. So I think they're just going to let them do their thing, specifically with the Christmas special, which is going to have David Tennant. Um,
It's
but
not. It's like this four. It's like four
oh,
specials.
it is. Oh, well,
It's more than
David.
just
Yeah,
one.
he really is just the special doctor at this point. um,
Well,
and
I mean, the thing is, you're saying things that are just wrong, and I
he's
can't correct
he's
you.
always in specials. Think about like what's the when David Tennant finished, he had like 8 specials in one season.
No, that's not what happened. Oh my god, that's not what
Well,
happened.
that's how HBO puts them. They say Christmas special, and then
Yeah, because so it's not a Christmas special, but like for a year after the episode with Donna, and when spoiler alert for Doctor Who that
well, literally spoilers.
um she lost her memory, and kind of the doctor kind of like lost it for like a little bit. So that was a whole year. There was 4 episodes over that year, and then at the end of the year, the New Year special was the regeneration into Matt Smith.
Yes.
So he's not the special doctor. It's very common for doctors to come back for specials, but he
Yeah.
is the 11th and the 14th doctor. And technically, if no, I can't tell you.
No, you can't say it
We'll talk about this a little bit more when you finish this.
because as River's song says, spoilers.
Very true.
But I think Disney imbuing money into Doctor Who is going to change it a lot in a good way. Because let's be honest, I think there's some fun in the original BBC editing, but it is the 21st century. It is time
I,
for real CGI.
so Cliff recently got into Doctor Who, and I have been into Doctor Who since like the Tumblr days, which is embarrassing to admit, but we're gonna
Just a
full
little.
send. Um, so like I've been in it a little bit longer, and I think I'm a season and a half behind. I haven't finished Jodie's season, who's 13th Doctor. I just fell off because I was in grad school, and then everything in my life happened. So I've been trying to catch up, or I have to catch up. But I love 9 and 10 seasons. Very this is a very personal opinion. I know some people love Matt Smith's Doctor. Not my favorite. Didn't like Peter Capaldi. Jodie was good. I liked Jodie, but I heard it kind of went downhill after that. So I'm excited to kind of have it go back to the person who was in charge during 9 and 10's run. Russell T Davies is awesome and a great showrunner, I think. So I think Disney like being involved and giving more money will be exciting, and I'm excited to see the direction it's going.
Yes, I mean I don't I've started to see the decline from when he left, but I have not seen the all out poorness that everyone talks about.
I'm not.
Um,
I don't think Stephen Moffat had. He's great at one-offs. Blink is one of the best episodes of television, I think, in television history. But overall, I don't know what he was trying to do. He didn't achieve it any of the seasons.
uh, I will give my opinion later when I finish. But your number 3, as Doctor Who was my number 4. Oh, your number 3 now would be Secret Invasion, wouldn't it? No, you're going in order. So what would
Yeah,
your actual?
no, I was going backwards. So I started at 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're number 4.
I
Sorry.
have, and I just replaced 2 with. I just took Secret Invasions off the
No,
list.
we're still going to talk about Secret Invasion. You're leaving it there.
Fine, because we just talked about Doctor Who. But my 4 is Loki season 2.
I forgot about that. It still wouldn't have been on the list. Maybe it would have been. Maybe Ironheart would have got pushed, but that would not have gone higher than 5.
Okay, it's 4. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it ties in the MCU. I'm excited with like Quantumania coming out, and we obviously know who is the quote unquote big bad there, and it ties directly into Loki, and it's just really exciting. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Yeah, Loki's going to be interesting. They are moving away from a single showrunner. We had the honor, well, not you, me and Cam had the honor of getting to interview the director of season one, Kate Herron. She is not coming back. She was offered the option to come back for Loki season two, but wanted to focus on her own career and her own work. Because as we know, if you get sucked into the Marvel or Star Wars machine, you're stuck. You're there until you are released. So she released herself before. So it's going to be interesting seeing not oh geez, not seeing the continuation in that sense. But there's a lot of things that can be done when you have these types of actors. It's great; they can help really command the screen for going forward. But now it's your number three
That's my number three. Just context for everyone who's like, why did Cliff randomly go, "Oh boy, Sirius tried to hit me in the face again"?
again. Yes, if you're not watching on YouTube,
Yeah. My number. Oh, no. What was your? Oh, your number four is after who? My number three is Mandalorian.
yep.
Yeah. Did you
I
forget
mean,
that too?
I don't know. Did I?
I
Did
don't
I
know.
forget it? Did I forget Mando season three that
That's
comes out in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
gonna come out in March.
Oh, it's March. It's only January 6th.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. Someone sent me a text this morning and said happy anniversary to all who celebrate. Obviously a joke, but I thought it was funny. Okay, yes, Mando season 3. Go ahead. Take the floor. She's lost it. Okay, my number 3. Can you compose yourself, please? We're trying to run a show here.
I'm sorry. You're
Oh,
okay. That's. I'm excited for whatever that is gonna be. How it like kind of explores the dark saber, how the Mandalore politics, how that like basically everything it's gonna do. I'm excited.
yes. I'm going to talk about that as that is not that's in my list and it's coming up. But yes,
Okay.
I will comment on that when it is actually my inserted turn. My number 3 is Skeleton Crew, and we know nothing about this. All we know about this show is that it stars Jude Law, and it's based around a group of young children exploring the galaxy. That's all we know. And I have to say that it sounds like one of the most interesting things that could be a Star Wars show. It's just crazy. It just we don't know about it, and that's what makes it more exciting. Just with how bare the plot is, and but the thing is, pulling Jude Law to do something he did well in Marvel. I am a fan of the Captain Marvel movie. And getting him to do something like this is very kind of surprising. Getting someone that I would you still consider Jude Law an A-list actor, or is he has he
Yeah.
moved down the list? Getting someone at this high level to come and do something that's his face and it's a show, so it's more of a commitment, is very impressive. So to me, I know it's not even on your list. It's probably not even on your radar. Uh,
Well, that was weird. Of course, it's on my radar. But no, it's not on my list because we don't know enough about it. I'm excited for it, but
that's
it's
what's
not like
so great about it. But yes, Skeleton Crew to me just seems like it has a lot of potential, and hopefully we'll know more about it soon. We only know a single actor in it. We don't even know who the kids are. It's crazy.
yeah, I know.
Your number 2, as we know what it is.
My number 2 is gonna shock you all. It's Secret Invasion. I am really excited to see how that ties into the post credit scene we saw at Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm excited to see what has happened since then on like other levels. I'm excited to see how kind of all the characters, all the big players, kind of come together. And I'm excited, and I'm excited to have Samuel L. Jackson on my screen every week. It's really
Very true. Yes, so this was my honorable mention, but I saved it for this to talk about it for this. This to me is probably going to be the best Marvel show by a giant landslide. Um, and there's so many cool things. The scroll infiltration is going to be really interesting. Like you said, Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn back, but I want to talk more about like the supporting cast. Olivia Colman is going to be a series
Yeah.
lead, at least somewhat. She's going to be a special agent. Will she be a Skrull? Who knows? But it seems like she's going to be one of Samuel L. Jackson's, Nick Fury's old companions from the early days. But more importantly, Amelia Clark, one of her first major things since
I
coming
forgot she was
back.
coming back.
It is one of her first major things since Game of Thrones ended. She's done a few small things here and there, like obviously the Christmas movie, Last Christmas.
Are you forgetting something that she was in also?
I said since Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. I don't
Since
mean to
Game
word
of
solo.
Solo came out in 2018, Game of Thrones ended in 2019.
Not at 19? I blacked out that whole year, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. But it's one of Amelia Clark's first things coming back since then. So it's just going to be all these moving parts, and I think this is going to be the first time it's going to be like one legit giant movie. And I don't think we're going to find. I don't think we're going to see any like filler. I think it's going to be A to Z. Holy crap! Okay,
Yeah.
my number two. I'll go first because my number two is Mandalorian season 3, and Mandalorian has still not been extended for another season. Does that mean it's not going to get a season 4? I don't know. We know that the Mandalorian cinematic universe is starting to kind of take off, um, as it's kind of becoming its own thing inside of Star Wars, with all like Book of Boba Fett being a spinoff. And we're going to see where it goes from there. But this is going to be a really interesting thing because I think this is going to lead towards the unification of Mandalore. And it's going to be seen that the real villain is going to be Bo-Katan for the season. She's always been a villain. Let's be
She's
100%
always
honest. Bo-Katan has always been a villain. She's just cool. Um, and we know we did get official confirmation from Giancarlo Esposito. Moff Gideon is returning this season. Christopher Lloyd is going to be in this season. Doc Brown from Back to the Future. So we have all these things. Are we going to get Luke Skywalker again? Who knows? But there's so many things that can happen. But I'm very excited for the Mandalore aspect of it.
Me too. I'm very excited. I think we have the same top one.
I have a guess that that's probably true, as it's probably most people's number one.
Yeah, if it's not your top one, these past 5 years has been great being your best friend.
It's
But
obviously
it's over.
High School Musical, the musical, the series,
Absolutely,
season.
it is.
Ahsoka, as of course. You can go first. Go right ahead.
Where to start?
Where to start?
I'm just, I'm just really excited. I mean, you're like, okay. I didn't like actually think what I was gonna say during this part. Other than I'm excited. I loved Clone Wars and Rebels. That was the first 2 TV shows I watched when the pandemic hit. I started watching those 2, and it was like that's how I got really back into Star Wars again. So those 2 shows have a really like special place in my heart. And the fact that we're gonna like find out where Ezra's been and get Sabine and get all these people in live action and Hera, and like I'm just so excited to see all of it. Plus like the flashbacks we're getting, like we know that Hayden's gonna be in it. It just makes me really excited. And I cannot wait to see. I just can't wait. I'm like I could just say the same thing. Like I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yes. Yes, you met Ahsoka during the pandemic. It's it's weird to me. Not you like for me. I saw when George and them decided to make the Clone Wars first arc a movie and released it in theaters. So the Clone Wars originally. Did you see it in theaters or no? Did you watch it when it came out? That's like it's so weird to me because I was 12, 13 when it came out. And I met this character, Ahsoka, that was my age. And it was my introduction, not my introduction to Star Wars. I was already a giant Star Wars fan. I remember pulling my mom to see this movie because I'm like, oh my God, Star Wars in theaters. I got to finally see it. So it's very weird to me at this point how much like the character has grown as I have. It's very weird. It's just such a weird thing where obviously in this she's 45. I am 26. There's a lot of ground between where we are and where this character goes. So it's just weird because this kind of is like a character. Like there are definitely people that grew with Luke. That I mean, I don't. You probably didn't grow with Anakin in the end, but you grow with these.
I hope
I
you
hope
don't
not.
identify
I
with
I
Anakin
hope
people.
not. But it's so interesting kind of growing with the character. It's very weird. It is very weird growing with the character. And I think you and I can both agree, and when we do this for 2024, we grew with Percy, but now the issue is Percy is back to 12 years old. So it's kind of weird going back there.
Yeah,
And it
I
is
mean,
weird.
yes and no. I think before we like officially started this podcast, Cliff and I were chatting, and he was kind of trying to put the links together. And he's like, Percy Jackson, oh, it doesn't come till 2024, and I was like, no, and I'm gonna be, everyone's gonna hate me when that happens. So when we do this time next year, I've already told Cliff, even if I'm not the co-host at this time, I will be coming back. Nobody
Of
can
course.
stop me. Everyone is
Um,
going to hear my thoughts on this show.
but it's just weird. I think in your head it's very easy growing with the character, but then when you talk about it, it gets weird because um like to some people they restart or they see Star Wars for the first time and they see a lot of people have, I won't say an unhealthy obsession with Ahsoka, but they have these things and it's like this is a child. I'm like, but now we see her at this level. She's 40. Like depending on the time you see it, like so when so many people start over, they see it very oddly, and it's like, but they're like you grow with the character. But other than that,
Yeah.
we're getting the Rebels crew. Natasha Bordizzo has been cast as Sabine. We have not officially confirmed reports that Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is actually married to Ewan McGregor, but is a very incredible actress in her own regard, is playing Hera Syndulla. We have Ezra, who is being played by Amanda Esfandi, who I don't know if they've been in anything I know. They were in King Richard, but I haven't seen that. So it's going to be such an interesting concept for what is going to happen. But yeah, that is our number one, and that is our list for the top five. How about repeat back what your top five were? Make sure to exclude Doctor Who because you forgot it. But
No.
your top
But,
five.
no, I'm gonna rewrite history, even though this is documented. But I can do that because why not? Who can stop me? So my honorable mention
My
was Secret
editing.
Invasion. Well, that's true. So and then my five were Ironheart, four is Loki, three is Mandalorian, two is Secret Invasion / Doctor Who. When I remembered. In my defense, Doctor Who has always been BBC, so like I forgot they were acquired.
They technically
And then
still
number
are. They technically still are BBC. It's just American distribution.
yes, yeah,
You're
yeah.
technically
And
not
it's
wrong.
exactly. So
And,
yeah,
and my honorable mention: Secret Invasion, 5 Ironheart, 4 Doctor Who, 3 Skeleton Crew, 2 Mandalorian season 3, and 1 Ahsoka season 1. So that is gonna do it. Where can they find you and the podcast on social media?
oh, and I'm doing end the
Yeah, you're
podcast.
doing
Oh
both.
god,
Let's do that. Let's see if you know.
that's pressure, but I can do it. You can find me on Twitter for as long as Twitter is around. I will keep saying that. And, at Megan 2298. Wow, don't even know my own. And then you can find me on Instagram at _Megan_Brown96. I realize I say that like every week, and I am private on Instagram. So just request to follow me, accept you. I just work in education, so I don't want my college students finding me. And you can find Streaming with the Mouse on Twitter at Stream the Mouse, and you can find us on Instagram at Streaming with the Mouse.
And you can find me at CP Robinson 81. And for Megan Brown, my name is Clifton Paul Robinson signing off. We will see you next week for the first 2 episodes of The Bad Batch. We'll give you guys a little bit of time to actually watch it. So we'll see you soon. May the force be with you.